has been saved. This building right here. The neighborhood shop was on fire. The fire department rushed over and put out the fire, and it's still here. Well, welcome back, everybody, to episode 3 of Leif Plays City Skylines. Enjoying this so far. Really enjoying this beautiful, tilt-shifted aesthetic going on, and having a lot of fun exploring this game. So, episode 2, what are we all about this time? Well, let's get things running here. I'll let them run at the slow speed. Let's just let's check what our zoning requirements are. It looks like commercial is becoming an issue. We're going to need more of that. So, let's just continue the pattern we've been doing for now. Let's throw that down. Might as well bring this out just for reference. Let's throw on some of that. Alright, it'll be nice when we get some of this high density commercial. That'll help us a little bit, but we're not going to get that until we hit 7,000 population. So that's going to be a little bit. And in the meantime, we'll just kind of keep going with what we got so far. So let's get this running again. We should throw down some more buildings down there. It looks like we're going to need some more industrial as well as time goes on. Now this is getting a little funky over here. I think everything's actually kind of off kilter. So let's experiment with some curved roads. This is going to be kind of fun. So to do the standard curved roads, you bring out your line where you want the second tangent to be. So the second tangent will be up kind of this direction that I'm moving my mouse. If I click here, and then like that. So see, it kind of makes a rectangle, and then we get a curve that's tangent to both edges of the rectangle. So that's kind of how the curves work. Let's throw that down there, and then we'll sort of continue our, so let's switch back to straight lines. We'll sort of continue our method here. Let's go 2 out, 1 up, 1 over. There we go. So we're going to do that for our next industrial zones, like so. Let's get water again. Now I'm just remembering that in our last episode, we're starting to run out of electricity. So we're gonna have to deal with that. Yep, we're in the yellow zone here. So, wind is cheaper, I believe, and also more cost efficient in the long term than just about anything else. But you need a ton of these things. As you'll see, they have, let me pause here, they have a maximum output of 8 megawatts. But that depends on where you put them. So you can see if I put them out here in this sort of light colored zone, estimated production is 4 megawatts. You see that next to right down here. If I put it in the dark colored zone here, get up to 7 megawatts, and we're not even going to hit 8 megawatts anywhere in here. So where you put it is quite important, and we just don't have enough, enough territory here. Unless we had planned for a dedicated wind farm to really make this worthwhile. So I'm not sure I'm going to really rely on wind farms in this playthrough. So let's, for now anyway, let's stick it down on a coal plant right there. Alright. So let's get this running again. So our power, we should have more than enough power. Now there it goes, pops back up. Good for that. Let's check our water. Alright, sewage is becoming a problem. So we are going to have to, way down here, if we actually turn off this view, you can see that nasty pollution pouring out of that thing. Drifting downstream. Yuck. But at this stage in our city's development, we do not have a lot of choice in that. So let's throw down another one of those. Hopefully that connected. Let's see. operating normally. Okay. So, yep, it did. It did connect to that water line. Excellent. And now we've got our water and our sewage at above what we need it to be. So that is great news. All right, more commercial yet we need. So I think probably a good thing to do is throw some commercial on this side of things. And here I'm going to use the marquee tool and go across that way. Now this gets a little funky. That might not actually get built on as we expect, in the way we expect, but we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens. Alright, so we got that added in there. We did have a couple more industrial zones, so that should take up the slack. Alright, and we were going to work on this sort of school area. So you can see we got a parking lot there, one on the back, got a playground. Nice. And what is that? Is that a mailbox? Is that a... I don't know what that thing is. A robot, maybe? Creepy stalker robot standing in the corner? I have no idea. Well, let's look at our park options here. So the small park is actually kind of huge. If we look at that. I'm just going to check. Do we have a high school? We do. Let's maybe start with that. Where can we put the high school that will kind of make good use of this space? Let's throw the high school down in the corner. There. And let's see. We're a little low on cash. Let's see if there's not really room for that park. What about these unique buildings? There's a couple of parks in here. How big are these things? Still kind of big. How about this one? Will that one fit this direction? It will. And what is this? This is a statue of shopping. You know, I don't think we want something quite that materialistic right next to our impressionable young minds. So maybe we'll just stick with a standard park. Plaza, small playground, small park. What a small playground. Actually, that's a lot smaller. That's a better option. We'll throw this playground down here. And if we come to this tab, we can actually plant some trees. So I'm going to throw a couple of trees down on this edge next to the park. So that gives us a little buffer. Throw a big one down there. Cool. Alright, another neat feature is you can actually build paved and gravel paths, pedestrian paths. So it's kind of like roads, but for pedestrians. It's kind of a cool feature. We'll have to experiment with that and see how that works. So for now, our school zone is looking pretty good. Our elementary school, our high school, which is way shinier and fancier than the high school I went to, let me tell you. The thing I went to was just a giant concrete box. Looked like a prison, kind of felt like prison. But, yeah, so our simulated citizens here have a much nicer building to go to school than I did anyway. Alright, let's see. Our zone demand is pretty even for the moment, so it looks like things are going well. We're going to need a cemetery at some point. Let's see, if we go to our health view, which is this heart, our average health is good. Hey, there we go. We just reached another milestone, 2,400 population, which means we open up transportation and bus lines. We get some road options. We get bus depot, fancy wind turbine, and the cemetery. So, like I was saying, we're going to need that cemetery soon. And there's, let's see, oh yeah, here, we can flip to this tab, death care. So we have nobody dead yet, which is good, but probably better to put in that cemetery before it becomes an issue and the dead bodies start piling up. So where would be an interesting place to throw a cemetery? Let's drag this out a little bit further. Let's make that too wide. Blob, actually let's just cemetery down in this area. These two corners are still a little goofy. I'm not sure why the alignment is wrong here. I think it all still stems from this funny angle that these roads come in at. Makes it a little weird, but alright, here's our cemetery. Let's throw it down on kind of this quiet side street. Entrance there. Let's put the entrance on the more major road. Alright, so everybody loves the cemetery, which is a little weird, but I mean, cemeteries are, you know, quiet, peaceful places, so generally, you know, add to an aesthetic of a city, I guess. But it's costing us 160 a week. Got nobody dead, nobody buried yet. So, all right. Our budget's doing good. We've got a decent cash balance. Let's check fire safety. We're gonna need another fire station, which probably means we're gonna need another. Police coverage is actually better than the fire coverage. And let's check our health again. Health coverage is still pretty good, but fire is an issue. So let's go. Let's see, that's going to cost us $1,200, $650 a week. We can afford that. I'm going to put a fire station. I mean, if we look right down in this corner, that'll give us pretty nice coverage. So I'm going to throw that down on this major through street this direction. Like that. Alright, everybody loves that too. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is this area here, let's cut that right in half. Yep, that works. And then let's cut it here and cut it here. I'm gonna add a commercial zone. Commercial's going up. I'm gonna add a commercial zone sort of over in this area. I think what I'm gonna do is make it, let's see, I'm gonna put, residential on these. And yeah, let's just do that for now. See how that works out. Okay. What needs do we have? What is the word of all these tweets? I don't even know. Police officers, small number storage spaces with secure doors for rent. Police offers small storage spaces with secure doors for rent. I guess that's just a way of saying that we built a police station? I don't know. Those things are kind of weird. Okay, low residential building, nobody's living there yet, nobody's living here yet. Let's see how healthy he's doing. You can see here the building is about to upgrade, which is kind of cool. We have 4 adults, 2 teens, and 2 kids. So 8 people living in this house. And it looks like a duplex. So 2 families of 4, it looks like. About here, we've got 2 children, 3 teens, and 4 adults. Holy moly, this is pretty high density housing. Here we've got 10 people living in this building. Let's check that upgradeability levels here. So, residential, we have a couple upgraded things. This is at level 2, working towards level 3. Same thing. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, that one there. So uneducated, educated. Does this... Wow. So, yeah, this has got 14 people living in it, apparently. Something a little strange about that. This one's got 14 people living there also. It's more like a, duplex again by the aesthetic design. Interesting. Alrighty here, let's see. What do we want to do next? Let's maybe make it kind of a more interesting neighborhood over this direction. So let's pull this one out. 2 grid markers again. This one out 4, this one back. Okay, so that's going to be kind of a framework for maybe a little, let's call it a Tangletown. There's actually a neighborhood in my city called Tangletown, and it's, you know, in the middle of a regular city grid, but then there's a big square area where the streets go all crazy for no apparent reason. It's not your typical suburban crazy either. It's like, I don't know what the story with it is, but it got really, really odd. So let's do that curve there. I'm just kind of playing with this for, you know, this is really just for the fun of it. Let's curve that over that way. Let's curve this maybe like so. Alright, we'll just do kind of a crazy one here. We'll just kind of see how this develops. We'll put all this to residential. Actually, maybe the marquee tool is a little bit easier to do in this case. All that's going to be residential, so let's make sure they have access to water. And that center is a little goofy, so you can't turn off the snapping of the pipes, which is a little weird, I find. So I like the pipes to follow the road, just kind of a thing that I like for whatever reason. So this is more, you know, putsy than it really needs to be, but okay. We'll leave it at that. That's working. Alright. Check our demand levels. They're looking good so far still. So that's good to know. Let's close this block up, which should be, yep, right there. I was still on curved roads, but that's okay. They ended up straight anyway. And let's use our fill tool, throw some residential in there. Okay, and our water was, yeah, that's fine up there too. Actually, let's just connect this for completeness. Alright, and I'm gonna just check our time. Oh man, we're out of time for episode 3. So, we've added a little bit of zone. Let's just speed this up here while I talk. A little bit more residential zones, kind of an interesting neighborhood over this way. We've got some of our school area figured out, got a park added, got some more commercial coming down this way. Our city is up to over 3,000 population. Our budget is looking great, so we're doing good. So next episode, maybe we'll start looking at the bus depot. We can build this bus depot, and then we can start adding bus routes, and you can actually manually create those bus routes, which is pretty cool. So let's find something interesting to look at here. Let's come down in our crazy Tangletown neighborhood and take a look at the first few houses that are getting made. There we go. Look at that. That's a cool building. I like that. Neat. They got kind of a, I don't know what that is, the door to the roof, little roof garden. Awesome. Alright, well everybody, leave a like if you liked it, leave a comment if you have something to say, and until next time, everybody have a great day. I'll see you then.